Hey, Clay County, we are here with the Chick-Fil-A Middleburg Clay County Coach of the Month, Coach Rodney Keller from the Clay High Blue Devils. Actually, today's a very special day. His girls weightlifting back-to-back state champions are going to be recognized right here at the Board of County Commissioners building. It's a great recognition from the Board of County Commissioners, and we appreciate that. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate it, Coach.
On being the Clay County Coach of the Month. Such a great honor. We have so many great coaches, over 300 coaches here in Clay County, and you were selected this month as the Coach of the Month. Like I said, you've led the Lady Blue Devils to back-to-back girls weightlifting state titles. Your state championship last year was the first ever girls weightlifting state championship in Clay County history. I want to say that again. First ever in Clay County history. Talk about just real quick, what that ride was like this year. Somewhat having a target on your back because you had a bunch of returning girls. What was that experience like?
And I can tell you this, it's hard enough to have any success to begin with, and all the things that go on behind the scenes, and it's hard to have success, period. And anyone that's ever had it will tell you how difficult that really is. But I think the challenge this year was the challenge of sustained success. And and I'm so proud of the girls, not only for the success that they had last year, but how they handled that going into this year. Because what they understood was, and the message they got from me and Coach Noel was consistently just do the things that you've consistently done to put yourself in a position to have success, and just continue doing those things. And it's exactly what they did throughout the season.
Consistency is super important in athletics, not just in girls weightlifting, but in life in general. Speaking of life, talk a little bit about, I've seen you talk a few times about your girls, about what kind of people they are away from the platform.
The thing that I personally am the most proud of our program in regards to is not just the kids in regards to, stepping on an athletic platform and having the success that they did. More often than not, we're talking about character development and who they are as people. And I can honestly tell you, in 15 to 20 years of coaching right now, they're as special a group as I've ever been around in that regard. They are consistently doing things academically and athletically on and off of campus that are just tremendously incredible to see, and seeing their growth in 4 years, and the leadership positions and the roles of being servants in the community and those sorts of things are things that I'll never forget, and things that I'm extremely proud of as their head coach.
Awesome. Well, this is the Coach of the Month, and I want to talk about you as a coach a little bit more. So you've been coaching how long have you been coaching?
This is 18 years for me this year.
Yeah, so quite a while. How did you get started? What got you into coaching?
It's really funny when I look back at that and you kind of look at your journey and you reflect on that. And some people just know what they want to do, and I was most certainly not that guy. Coming out of high school, I actually played Division II ball in West Virginia at HBC. Had a couple of knee injuries there. Came home my senior year of high school. My freshman year of college was 2001. So naturally, when I came home in the midst of the patriotic fervor of everything, I was really thinking about leaning towards the military. I'd gone and met with recruiters, taken the ASVAT, etc. But I came home without ball in my life again as that real anchor to my just general life. And I called Coach Reap, Jim Reap was the head coach at Clay High at the time. I called him. I said, Coach, can I come help out in any capacity? You guys have a great staff down there. Got a really good team this year. I'd love to come help out in any way, shape, and form. And he welcomed me with open arms. And again, I was a part of a really tremendous season that they had that year. And again, coming out of that, I was like, hey, I could really do this teaching and coaching thing. Like I said, I started my education in West Virginia at school, and I came back home and I was like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Am I going to go to the military route? Do I want to teach and coach? And once I got done with that season, I really had that point of clarity there that's what I wanted to do. So turning from there, I went back and finished up my degree at UNF. As soon as I got back from that, the stars just aligned, and a job came open at Clay High for me. Mr. McCabe was the principal. Coach Reed went in and vouched for me. I'm so grateful for that. And then in the last 15 to 20 years, I've been on staffs with just incredible coaches. If you look at the last, like I said, that last 15 to 20 year block at Clay High, the coaches that we've had come through, the teachers that we've had come through, I basically was like, look, I'm in a position where I'm a young teacher and coach. I'm going to show up and I'm going to learn. I want to learn from the best there are. And every coach that's come through there, that are head coaches now, again, tremendous teachers that have come through, educators in every way, shape, and form, I've done my best to learn from them. To lead like them and to serve in our community like them.
Awesome. So you've coached for 18 years. What keeps you in it? What is I guess the question would be, what's your favorite part about being a coach?
Unquestionably to me, the best part of being in the education world, teaching, coaching, standing in front of kids in a classroom, in front of kids at practice, is really the relationships that you build with the kids. I've always told anybody, and friends will joke about it sometimes because they're running these different businesses and are involved in so many different capacities, in the community that we're in right now. And I can say, it's like, look, the running, I tell kids, people all the time, really, it's like, look, it's not the greatest living, but it's the greatest life. And it's the greatest life because of kids that go off and do these tremendous things with their lives. You go out to eat with your family, you see a guy sitting there who came through high school, he's running a business now, he's got a great job, he's sitting with his wife and his kids. You see that guy, you're like, look, that's exactly what it's all about. Kids going off, doing great things, with their lives. And it's really a testament to the influence of educators, of course their parents in their homes along with that as well, but just educators in their lives who taught them those values and the things that were going to work for them in the long run. And seeing those kids grow up and going off doing great things in their lives, really at the end of the day is really, the thing that gives it so much meaning and value, and building those relationships. Those kids come home from school, they call you to grab a sandwich for lunch or a cup of coffee, something like that, and you get to catch up and see what's going on in their lives. That's just really tremendous stuff to be a part of.
No doubt. All of us have someone in our lives who have invested to get us to this point as teachers and coaches and athletic directors. Who would you say are some of your biggest mentors as it pertains to your coaching career?
I have 5 guys who are unquestionably who have been tremendous role models in my life. There are 5 of my mentors who are still very heavily involved in Clay County. Roger Daly's one of them, Jim Reap's one of them, Jay Stillano's one of them, Mark McKinney's one of them. I've got another one who's just aided me professionally in so many ways, shapes, and forms. And those guys, I make sure that they know how important their role was in my life in regards to my development. And my life in so many ways is really a product of, again, the men who were very, very strong leaders in my life who've influenced my life positively in so many ways.
No doubt. Well, I can tell you this, and I'm not blowing smoke here. The impact that they've had on you, you're having on the kids in Clay County. So we're so excited that you're the Clay County Coach of the Month. We're super excited to see things move forward. Last thing I want to kind of wrap up with here is, the expectation of the sport of girls weightlifting.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen over the past couple of years how it's just totally become this awesome, inclusive sport in high school athletics where, you get girls that have never participated in anything ever and they get to be a state champion weightlifter,
Mm-hmm.
right? It gives them a belonging, it gives them a place, it gives them goals. Just talk about the sport of girls weightlifting and the future of that in your opinion.
Girls weightlifting has grown exponentially in the last 10 years since I took over as head coach, roughly 10 years. That sport now, I'd be willing to say now, because of the way that we've implemented both of the Olympic lifts now, and there's that Olympic weightlifting focus with the sport, I'd be willing to say that in the next 5 to 10 years, you'll see Olympic weightlifters pouring out of Florida. And with that, I hope, moving forward, I hope there's more scholarship opportunities for girls in the state of Florida. There's a few opportunities that are out there right now, but I would expect to see that continue to grow. Again, when these girls come through, they are training, they are willing to show up and do things that most people are not willing to do. That sport is hard. It is repetitive, it is hard, it requires a different kind of kid and a different breed of kid in a lot of ways. I just don't be shocked when you look up in 5 and 10 years and you see Olympic weightlifters pouring out of the state of Florida. And not only that, for girls to come through, a lot of times, sometimes girls are multi-sport athletes and they come in because they're a volleyball player or a softball player or whatever else player and they want to supplement their sport. They want to get stronger and faster for their sport. What happens sometimes, though, is girls come in and they just haven't found their niche, right? They haven't found their thing yet in their jam. I've seen kids come into the program in 9th grade, very shy, very introverted, and by their 12th grade, by their senior year, their 12th grade year, they're literally standing in front of groups of people with a microphone and talking to a crowd. Because they've learned to show up and step out on that platform and perform in front of people, and it creates this confidence and self-esteem that's very difficult to put into words, but I've seen it happen time and time and time again. And I don't know that any sport does it the way that Olympic weightlifting does, because it's you. You step on the platform, you hit the lifts or you don't.
Yep.
And those things don't define you. A good day and a bad day do not ultimately define you, but the willingness to show up and step out there and just go put it on the bar and let it happen and own it when you walk off the platform.
Yep.
I think it's just a tremendously powerful thing in people's lives, and I have literally seen the sport transform kid after kid after kid after kid, and it's a super cool process to be a part of and to see on the front lines of.
No doubt. Well, awesome, Coach. Well, we're so proud of what you've done with your program, and you've become a model of how to build a team here in Clay County, and we're super excited for that. So let's make it official as the Coach of the Month.
I appreciate it, Coach.
All right. We're here with the Clay County Coach of the Month, Coach Rodney Keller from the Clay High Girls Weightlifting Program. And Coach, congratulations once again on an outstanding season, back-to-back FHSAA state championships, for being the Clay County Coach of the Month presented by Chick-Fil-A Middleburg. You get some awesome goodies. We'd like to thank Mr. Joe Mayo of Chick-Fil-A Middleburg. He truly believes in our student-athlete experience here in Clay County, and for that, Chick-fil-A Middleburg gives you this awesome swag bag.
Awesome, love it. Thank you,
There's
Coach.
a bunch
Appreciate
of
that.
bunch of gift cards in there and a bunch of cool things from Middleburg. Also, our partners from the Jacksonville Icemen give you 4 tickets to an Icemen's home game.
Thank you, Coach.
So congratulations there. And then our partners at BSN Sports have donated these Nike Dry Fits that you are the Clay County Coach of the Month presented by Chick-fil-A Middleburg. So there's that. And then finally, the certificate making it official that you are the Clay County Coach of the Month.
Thanks, Coach.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.